All right, so good morning here. It's Monday, April, what is it, 22nd? It's about 9:30, late start here, but I have people at my house working. I want to make sure they're all good before I go to work. In the meantime, while they were setting up, I got the ballast box. Well, that was on in a video or two ago, but it was loaded up with some salt as a ballast because way back there in that corner I had sand. I'd rather the sand than the salt so it doesn't corrode the box, even in the bags. Anyway, I try to wedge them all in. I did get them on. One had to go upside down, but that's okay. These are 70 or 75 pounds each. I think they're 70. There's 5 of them, so that's 350 pounds. The box is about 100 pounds. So maybe 150, not quite, but let's just say it's 150 because I'm not sure if those are 70 or 75 pounds. So we have about 500 pounds of ballast in the back. Ideally, I would want a little bit more, but I don't want to fill this up with anything crazy right now. I love well, number one, I have to get a hitch in there, but I love the fact that there's a hitch. But these two little holes for tools, it's gonna be perfect for like a shovel and a hard rake for my job going forward. So yeah, anyway, that's it. Box is on. Weight is loaded up. We're just doing topsoil today, so should be plenty. I had 6 wet yards delivered. Rain that day, earlier that day when they were delivered. So whatever, 6 yards of wet topsoil. And we're gonna put this baby to work for once. Still have like the stickers. I didn't even realize behind the there's still, oh, that's probably has a VIN on it, but 1.4 hours burned a little less than a quarter. I just realized today how this gauge is it's kind of off-centered, so I guess, you know, the first half you burn you don't really care about, but you really care when you're getting low, and the quarter is almost at the top. So I thought that was interesting. How that's how that's wired up there. I'm anticipating I get that spread pretty easily. I only have to go about 80 yards or so in distance between where the pile was dropped and the location of where I'm spreading it. And then I think I mentioned in a previous video, I'm very happy that when I went up to receive the delivery, I made a video on this, but if you didn't see that, I ran into some other contractors at the time, and they were taking measurements. They're putting in a freaking pool, and some of the work I'm doing is to just it's just adding topsoil, planting seed, that kind of thing. Some areas I have to build the soil level up a little bit more, but just that kind of thing. But one of the areas was basically where they were gonna be having machines going in and out. So that was really good that I caught that. And really, that, because that's, you know, that's not something you want to, you know, today's Monday. I don't think they said they're not working until later in the week, but can you imagine if I put seed straw, get everything done, and then just 3 days later, before you know, a single seed takes hold, you know, the project could have been ruined by these guys. I mean, you know, wouldn't matter to me. But you know, just feel bad for the customer. So anyway, this is an important point to be in constant communications with your clients and with other contractors on scene. So I have these contractors' numbers. We're gonna kind of coordinate when we're there, so we're not running into each other, what we're doing, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'll get this loaded in a little bit. I just want to lay low here for a little while to make sure these guys are good to go who are working on my home. And luckily the two big projects for this week are within, the furthest one is 5 minutes away. So they're real close to the house. So just the pain in the ass is just going to be loading, unloading. But if, if there's ever a problem, I could just leave the machine there and just run back home real quick. Because I'm only a few minutes away. So that's good. I do have mowing this week. One of my lawns is more like 13 minutes away. So I guess that's the furthest I'll be. I plan to knock those out tomorrow. But yeah, that's the plan. Today we're going to do about a half day here, a half day, topsoil. In the morning, I might have to run to Home Depot tonight. I have to look. Actually, I do have seed, so I might bring the seed and straw with me. Not that little bag of seed. That's just a tiny bag back there. That big green bag is seed. I have straw here, so I'll be able to knock that out in one shot. And yeah, this is Monday morning. I'm happy I got some ballast here. This whole driveway situation is a mess. I really need to extend the driveway. So the plan with that is, see how I have this little space off here? I'm going to take that, and what I probably do is extend it. So that space is over here, extend it over here as well. And I'd like to go to the right of those trees. Problem is there's a giant freaking mound right there. In the interim, the way this is curved, actually, it's because what he did was he had his car in here forwards, and what he would do is he would back out into here and go there. Now he kind of had it designed for that. It's not like a perfect 90 degree. So the angle of this is actually headed basically towards where that little dead, this isn't going to focus, where that little dead, shit, almost lost it. It's not focusing. Where this little dead tree is there. So I would just rather a bigger loop. That's all. I would rather it extend more, but figure it out. Deer's ready to go. Deer's ready to go. Let me go and check on how everybody's doing, and we'll go from there. But haven't really used this yet, but this box can definitely come in handy. I could see that. You ever have an idea and you're like, why am I going to do this way when I could do it that way? That's what I just had. So I had budgeted an hour, which I wasn't going to do a full hour, but an hour is my minimum, to hard rake out using something like that, a bunch of like small rocks out of a lawn. So I'm going to redo parts of a lawn, aerate and overseed the other part that it's healthier, but that can be saved. And there's an area of, like, the house is kind of built into a slope. The yard's on the lower half of the slope. There's runoff that runs down off the hill alongside the house. And as you get with runoff is, you get small rocks and stuff rolling into, over time with the drainage. It just kind of drains down the hill into the yard, and you get small rocks and stuff. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll just hard rake some of those out. You know, she's got some big stuff in there, but I'm not going to worry about the big stuff. I'm not going to hand pick all this stuff. Just do the best I can. Then I thought, I know it's out of fuel. Maybe I can just use the 9010 to blow the hell out of it. The push blower doesn't do well with stuff like that's in the ground. It does great with leaves, but it doesn't do great with that. Then I'm thinking, I'll bring the Echo anyway. But behind here, it's hard to see, is the Echo paddle wheel. That's like exactly what it was designed for, is to kind of take rocks out of grass without tearing up the grass. Hello, I have this $300-400 attachment to the Echo, what is it called? It's the PB series, right? No, the Echo PAS series, excuse me. So I haven't fired up my PAS in a while. Everything else has been run. So I just took, it had the hedge timber attachment last, just took that off. I'm letting the thing run over here, just so it's not gummed up when I go to use it. But I think that's the play. I think that's the play. And instead of, you know, you charge them hour minimum, I use that for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the best it's going to get. It's only a small area, so it is what it is. And then we have the straw. Like I showed you before, I have the seed back there. And then we go from there. But anyway, I'm waiting for my wife to leave so I can pull the truck up and get the deer on the trailer. But anyway, that was my aha moment that is now going to save me some labor. It is hard to use, not hard to use. It is heavy. So if you're thinking about getting one, just be mindful. It's a lot less labor than hard raking it out or bending over and picking things up, but it is heavy. So you're not, and it fights you a little bit. So you're not, you know, you don't think you're just like, it's not the equivalent of just sitting on a mower or something like that, or like using a weed whacker. It's a lot heavier than that. So just you know, stuff to keep in mind. But anyway, that's all. Have a good one, everybody. All right, we're gonna do a very quick video on stuff that's going to this job site. We're gonna take the 9010. We're going to take all this stuff. So the 9010 is going to work in conjunction with the PAS, with the paddle wheel. It's over here. That's going to get the like loose rocks, stuff like this, up out of the soil. We have a spreader, seed, straw for the planting of the grass seed. You have a hard rake, shovel, larger rake, just for you work with the soil. And you have the deer that's going to move. It's going to move it all. This is the truck and trailer we're taking. So I had to load all this stuff up in the bed and the trailer. I just use these two jack stands at the very end of the trailer to make sure that it doesn't tip the trailer forward. And then we're ready to go. Mowers are staying home. I might throw an extra shovel or two in there. Maybe the tamp to tamp down a layer. But that's it. The unfortunate part is there's driveways like it's not a full quarter, maybe an eighth of a mile. It's a little more than an eighth of a mile. All uphill. So, or the house is downhill, so I would have to go up and down a big slope, just lugging everything. It's also extremely tight. It's like a driveway between two trees like that with a turn, so you can't physically get a truck and trailer set up. I mean, you could, there's no room to turn around. Like, it's more of a hassle than it's worth. So all that'll be at the top of the driveway, and I'll just use the deer to run things up and down. But that's that. Video of how the bed is loaded up here on the left side. On the driver's side, we have our mixed 50-50 for the blower and the PAS here. I have my straw, I have my seed and spreader. On the right side, on the center we have the PAS. Then we all have our handheld stuff, rake, shovels, that kind of thing. And I'm going to take the jack stands now, and I'm going to put this guy on here. I'd really rather move this down. I got to get the wife's car out of there. Load this guy up and then on my way.